Yo friends, NicetoreevU here and welcome back to the channel. We got the Marvel Legends Hail Hydra 2-pack in this episode, so let's take a closer look. Today I will be reviewing the Hydra Supreme and Arnim Zola, both retailing at $49.99 wherever Legends are sold, and unfortunately I overpaid for mine at Imagine Plus, located at West Edmonton Mall, so I strongly advise you to stay away at all costs. Imagine Plus is a scam, you guys. Getting back to the review, I like the package of this 2-pack. It totally screams sinister intentions, as if the duo is patiently waiting to take over your shelves. So let's take a look at this packaging and then get on with this review. So obviously we have the box window giving us a preview of the figures and all of the accessories included. We have the awesome Hydra logo in yellow, Arnim Zola to the left, his name, and then Hydra Supreme's name to the right. I'm really liking this. Like I said, it's all green and yellow. Loving the Hydra logo in the back. We'll get to that because it's obscured by all of the figures and everything. On the right side of the packaging, you have some sweet artwork of Arnim Zola as well as the Hydra logo in yellow. On the left side, we have Hydra Supreme's artwork as well as another Hydra logo. I'm really liking this packaging. I think I might even just keep it. And finally, on the back of the packaging, as you can see, we have the product shots of both Hydra Supreme and Arnim Zola, as well as a read-up which I will not get into. So let's crack this bad boy open and play with the figures. Boom! Here they are out of the packaging, looking really sick. Now, I'm not too much of a big fan of Captain America being a villain, but I'm not gonna lie, this design is really sick. My son did have the, what was it, the 3-inch figure that was silver, red, and blue. I think it came with a Capcom figure. He had that one, and I do like that color scheme a little bit more than this one, but darn, this is a good set. Really liking it. So I guess we'll take a look at Supreme Hydra first, and then Arnim Zola last, followed by their accessories. So let's do this. Captain America's Hydra Supreme is equipped with 23 points of articulation. Yes, I counted the double jointed elbows and the double jointed knees as I should. So yeah, let's just get right to it. We got him in his typical T-pose right here. He's got the 360 spin in the shoulder hinge joints. And then we got the double jointed elbows, as you can see. We got the hinge joints in the wrist area, and his head rests on top of a ball joint. So you got some movement there. Can't barely do it. You got some ab movement here, and then as well as some waist movement going back and forth. That's quite nice. He can kick forward about that much, kicks back just a little bit. He's got some slits in the thighs, so he's got some swivel movement, which is quite nice. Double jointed knees, and he's got some movement in the ankle. I can never get that. Finally getting a look at the crispy paint apps. As you can see, we're getting mostly gold up here, as well as a mix of dark olive metallic green. So that's pretty cool. You get a little bit of hints of yellow, brown, and a little bit of sky blue in there. As you can see, the chest, his arc reactor is star-shaped. I'm really liking that. So yeah, let's just take a closer look at this. As you can see here, in a lot of the artwork, you can see that his mouth is not muzzled by this mouthpiece here, but I think it looks cool either way, you know. I think it would have been cool to get another head sculpt with his mouth kind of free. We're getting a little bit of mist paints here on the left side of the head, not too much on the right side. I'm really digging the I'm just digging the how metallic it is. Really nice. On the back, as you can see, he kind of looks like Iron Man from behind, just a little bit, not too much. I'm really digging the how detailed the belt is. Got some armor on the crotch piece here. We got a little bit of brown, the brown lining coming down his thigh area. And you can see there is like it's like a leather or a nylon material. Some Captain America butt. And finishing off with the gold leg. I'm really digging the paint apps on it. Everything's clean, just a little bit of mist paints here and there. But yeah, so far, so good. Taking a look at his shield just for a sec. I'm not too big of a fan of this design, as I'm more used to the round shield. But this is pretty cool. I do like it. My biggest gripe with this is the wrist clamp they decided to stick with. It's like 2019. They should get rid of this. I don't like these at all. Like, I just do not like these at all. So, yeah. I guess that's my only gripe with this, though. One more thing I forgot to mention about the shield is how another thing I don't like about this clamp and this little peg here is that he doesn't even have a peg hole to peg this into. So that's quite bothersome. I really don't like it. Okay, so last but never least, we're taking a look at Arnim Zola, packing 22 points of articulation, one less than Hydra Supreme only because of the screen in the center of his chest, so he has no crunch movement at all. But that doesn't bother me whatsoever. So let's just get right into it. We got the typical T-pose, 4 points of articulation in each arm. As you see, we got the slit in the bicep area. We only have the single jointed elbows, which is quite unfortunate. Some hinge movement in the wrist, movement in the waist as well. I just want to take a look at his head as it rests on the top of a hinge ball joint. Not too shabby. So we get a little bit of movement in there. We have some slits in the thigh area. His legs can do the splits about that much. We have the double jointed knees, which is pretty good. We have some slits in the calf area and then some hinging in the ankles, as well as pivoting. So his articulation is quite well, really digging it. And yeah, it's quite unfortunate that we don't have ab crunching, but like I said, it doesn't bother me too well. So yeah, let's take a closer look at his paint apps. I think the paint apps on Arnim Zola are quite basic, as we're getting more purple than gold this time around, other than the Hydra Supreme where we got a lot of gold. So yeah, there's really not too much to talk about here. I do like the orange symbols as well as the orange on the boots. We have a bit of the matted purple under the glossy purple, the metallic purple, which is quite nice. A little bit of red in the eyeball area. So yeah, I'm really digging it, although I wouldn't mind if they kind of highlighted the lines with a little bit of black. I guess that would have been cool. A little bit of marbling in the right shoulder, but like I said, that's to be expected with Marvel Legends, right? So take a look at his butt just for you guys and your pleasure. So yeah, head holds pretty good, pretty standard. Liking the paint apps and articulation as well as the sculpting. We got a little bit of a plastic covering this printed art, which is quite nice. Liking the art on there. He's laughing. So yeah, that's Arnim Zola. So in terms of accessories with Arnim Zola, he has this remote control device of some sort, which is quite unfamiliar to me. I haven't had anything like this before, so it's basic, just with the metallic blue and the square red buttons. Not really too much going on here. As his other head sculpt, we have the the little box head sculpt that I'm more familiar with. I'm more familiar with Arnim Zola having like a little box robot head on top. So I guess we'll just slap that on here quickly. Take that off like so. Pop that on if I can. There we go. And I think this is a whole lot better because he can look down and look up, as this one is kind of hindered by all this here. So pretty cool, liking his accessories. This is a great 2-pack with a few minor gripes on Hydra Supreme's part. Now the paint apps and the articulation that these two figures have to offer are pretty good, and I don't really have much complaints when it comes to the Arnim Zola figure. But when we have our Captain America Hydra Supreme figure, they could have done a little bit better. Maybe more accessories in terms of open hands and a couple of fists would have been nice, as well as another head sculpt revealing his mouth like the artwork tends to show. I'm not a big fan of the shield they decided to go with here. Now the shield itself is not too bad, but the design of the shield in the back is just terrible. They decided to use the wrist clamp as well as the peg that goes in the back of Marvel Legends peg holds, I guess on their back. That sounded a little weird, but you know what I mean if you're a Marvel Legends collector, and it's just quite bothersome. I mean, it's 2019 Hasbro. Can you please get rid of that design already? I'd recommend this to any Marvel Legends collector and friend for their collections at home. And I'd have to give it a rating of 8 out of 10. That about does it for this review. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, please subscribe, hit that like button with the notifications on, leave a comment if you will. You guys know the drill. I am out of here. Peace out.